Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue reading the second part of our lesson, page 66, titled When the Oil Spilled. As I told you before, when the oil spilled is a real accident that really happened near Valdez, Alaska. This accident was very dangerous that left too many dangerous impacts on environment and especially on the marine life. That means the sea life. So now let's start reading the third paragraph. Marine biologists are concerned about the animals in the region. They expect thousands of fish, birds, sea otters, and other animals to die as a result of the spill. So, biologists are worried about the animals that live in the area. Too many animals live in the ocean, as you know. So, because of the spilling of the oil, many kinds of animals will die because these animals will be covered with oil or they will drink the polluted water and get poisoned. Birds, for example, will have their feathers coated with oil. When they try to clean off the oil, they will swallow it and get poisoned. So, seabirds will have their feathers coated with oil, covered with oil. So, when birds try to clean their feathers, they will swallow the oil, they will eat the oil, and will get poisoned. Fur and feathers also act as insulators against the freezing cold temperatures of Alaska. But when the fur gets matted with oil, it cannot keep the body heat in. We all know the temperature in Alaska is very low, so the feathers and the fur of the animals keep them warm. But when the feather gets matted, gets covered with oil, they will feel cold. Many more animals are expected to die from eating other animals covered with oil. Sea otters, for example, eat crabs. If the crabs are oily, the otters will die. So, some animals will eat other animals that are coated, that are covered with oil, so they will die. When otters eat crabs coated with oil, they will get poisoned and die. The unseen damage might even be greater than the visible one. Oil also kills plankton, which is food for whales, small fish, crabs, and shrimp. Plankton is a kind of microscopic plants and animals that live in the ocean, and it's a kind of food for animals. This will have serious consequences. Serious consequences means serious results. So consequences means results. Animal rescue workers are now desperately trying to clean the oil-soaked animals they can find. We are working as hard as we can to clean the otters we find, said 12-year-old Jonathan, whose class was going to spend the next few days helping clean the animals. So Jonathan is a 12-year-old student. He went with his class to help rescue the animals in Alaska. But it is very sad to see them suffering. I feel really sorry for all the animals here. The animals were suffering. They were sick. Because of the oil, they were all coated with oil. This is going to be the biggest science project I will tackle in my life, said marine biologist Anne Carpenter Jones. It will take maybe 15 years before we know the full impact of the oil on the cells in the bodies of the animals here. So marine biologists need at least 15 years to know the impact, the result of the oil on the cells in the bodies of the animals. When asked what could be done to clean the oil from the sea, she said, oil is part of nature. So, eventually, wind, tides, and bacteria will break it down. But it will take a long time. In the meantime, we don't know what it can do to the living organisms in the sea. So oil will be break down by the wind, tides, and the bacteria because it's a part of the nature. But the more important is the organisms, the animals that were coated by oil. No one knows what it can do to them. So this accident was an ecological catastrophe. It was really hard to clean the place and to rescue the animals. As you can see here in this picture, this is a coated bird that is coated with oil. I feel sorry for it. And now here we have the vocabulary words. Number 1, concerned, worried. 2, matted, covered, or coated. Consequences, results. And number 4, impact means effect. And here we have the comprehension questions. Number 1, name the main kinds of animals that were affected by the catastrophe. The animals that are mentioned in the text, write the names of them. Number 2, what kinds of damage do oil spill cause? What damage do oil spill cause? Number 3, how easy or difficult you think it is to clean oil spills from the sea?